Well, Stan, here we go. Orlando kind of in the same spot that they were in last year, that opening game upset win over Toronto in their first round series, then lost 4 straight games.
It's hard to do.
Well, it is, and what the Bucks are dealing with, a lot of teams have gone through when you're on the rise like they were a year ago.
Nicely played by Marvin Williams. So 4-point lead for the Bucks. Middleton got it.
If you had Jeff and I on the same team playing, you wouldn't be here right now in the playoffs, I tell you that.
DiVincenzo slices his way through the defense. He had 7 lead changes in the opening couple of minutes here, and since then it's a 15-3 Milwaukee run as they've opened up this 11-point lead. Terrence Ross cuts into the deficit. Giannis back the other way for Milwaukee, kicks out. This is Kyle Korver, the marksman, sticking one from deep.
Owundu and Gary Clark, who play hard but are not great offensive players, so they have to rely on Ross.
Terrence Ross injecting some offense quickly. 6 points in 4 minutes off the bench. Antetokounmpo on a 3-point shot.
You've got to
once
give
that thing develops, Stan, with some consistency, that's a scary concept for the rest of the NBA.
It is, but I don't think it'll ever get to the point that people will try to take that shot away from him.
A bit more aggressively looking for his shot so far here in Game 3.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's hit a couple of tough ones. I don't think the defense has really been any different against him. He hasn't gotten anything open or easy.
Nice looking stroke by DJ Augustine, and then Antetokounmpo at the other end. And a chance at 3 for the reigning league MVP.
Every time he missed, I was shocked, and I had a sigh of relief.
Giannis turning back Birch.
And take his layup. A lot of guys won't. It's one of the reasons Ross is so hard to guard.
And what a pass by Augustine as Giannis just keeps on coming.
Oh, absolutely. He's changed the entire outlook of the Magic organization. They get their running game going. He said, we've got to defend better. That our fast break keys off of our defense, we're seeing that today.
Augustine. Still 6 on the timer. Vucevic against Lopez. Bottled up. Augustine off 1 foot, and he hits.
Bledsoe from the opposite slot ran a diagonal cut toward the basket into the lane. They hit him. It collapses the defense. Out to Brook Lopez for a 3. This is it back to Middleton for the easiest shot he's had in this series, a wide open 3.
Middleton again, and he's fouled. Middleton 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field. 48 coughs it up. Williams ahead of the field to Matthews. Matthews left open, fires and buries it.
That's how you give yourself a chance to stay in this game.
Vucevic, mid-range jumper short. 8 straight points for Milwaukee, and now look out at the other end of the floor. Oh, Marvin Williams and Ennis have to be separated. Key piece off the bench for Milwaukee. Stan, what do you think?
Well, I mean, this disproportionately hurts the Magic. Magic, to have any chance to get back in this game, are going to have to be absolutely outstanding on the defensive end of the floor.
Wesley Matthews on another 3. Vucevic had those 7 early points. Haven't heard much from him since. Here he comes, leans into Lopez. Pretty baby hook shot. Antetokounmpo sizes up Gary Clark. Outside, Connaughton, that's good. Connaughton had the sharp shooting game in Game 2. Just a couple of coaches talking shop. But a lot on his plate right now as they try to figure things out shorthanded. And meantime, the Bucks just keep on coming. George Hill putting it on the deck.
Budenholzer went a couple of steps further. They decided to quadruple team him on that last post-up.
Giannis on a 3. That's his second 3-pointer of the half. Magic into double figures. He's got 11. And with 48 seconds left in the half, it is all Bucks. Giannis expressing himself. Pretty deflating. Orlando looks up and they're still down 25 points. DiVincenzo creeping inside much of the year. But till this point, they've just been outclassed by the Bucks. Chris Middleton.
Orlando's side was pretty solemn at the half, as you might imagine. Steve Clifford was heated. He told me one thing and one thing only. He said, "We are not competing."
just how they respond. This is so difficult for a team shorthanded the way they are, as Antetokounmpo is there to turn back Owundu. They get it back to Fournier for an open three. They only went 3 and 5 in the seeding round games, as Middleton hits a tough little leaner on the baseline.
Then creating a turnover on his pass out.
Fournier, dangerous pass, broken up. Bledsoe the steal. Middleton ahead of the pack. Giannis extends to the rack.
And then creating a turnover on his pass out.
Fournier, dangerous pass, broken up. Bledsoe the steal. Middleton ahead of the pack. Giannis extends to the rack. Baseline jumper from Middleton.
Get the ball ahead of the pack, and the defense is back. You'll hear them yell clear. And they're just going to isolate and clear out and let that guy go one-on-one.
Former two-time Defensive Player of the Year collegiately in the American. Fultz couldn't put it down, but it's tipped home by Khem Birch.
Lopez went to contest the shot, did a great job on the verticality. Khem Birch follows right to the rim. There's no one with a body on Birch, and he's able to get the tip in.
Brook Lopez lumbering to the paint, and it's a 31-point Milwaukee lead. Long three by Ross. Snaps it through the net to begin the series. But he has been kept in check so far here in Game 3. Hill from the corner, and the three-point onslaught continues.
Well-constructed team, and their Mike Budenholzer has built a system that fits their personnel extremely well at both ends of the floor.
P-race it's been. Two other finalists, James Harden, LeBron James, Terrence Ross, and another three.
Nick Nurse winning the Coach of the Year, and then the Coaches Association had co-winners. Mike Budenholzer here today was one of them.
Maybe there's never been a collection of NBA talent, players or coaches in one spot quite like this, as we've seen during the restart in Orlando. George Hill right down Broadway.
Orlando gets a 24-second shot clock violation. This was in the second quarter. The Bucks are up 30. Every single player up on their feet from the bench.
So a 19-point game. Orlando, I'll give them some credit. They fought back here in the last couple of minutes. But still a 22-7 run. Antetokounmpo builds on his point total. Milwaukee trying to take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. That is Kyle Korver from deep. There comes Owundu. This is Ross. Contact and a chance at 4 for Terrence Ross. Unable to complete the 4-point play. Final 8 seconds. Antetokounmpo full head of steam down the paint. That is a scary sight for a defender.
It's obviously a very tough matchup for any center, and then if you choose to downsize, you're going to have a hard time challenging him at the rim. So
17-point game, and Augustine. And how about this? A little run, Coach. It's a 15-point differential.
Good
Here comes
ball
Augustine.
An unselfish play like we talked about with the Bucks, but he just missed it.
Terrence Ross on a 3. Augustine, 21 points, 7 of 10 shooting off the bench. Here comes Antetokounmpo into the corner for Lopez. That's a 3.
Bledsoe veers back to take away that three-pointer that Vucevic had been getting in the first 2 games and early tonight.
And the rebound by Giannis. There comes the MVP to the basket. Nasty finish.
All 13 guys, sometimes a 14th guy at times during the year, they're all going to get their time.
We slip past the 4-minute mark, fourth quarter, as Bledsoe steps into a 3 and hits.
Steve Clifford said to Rebecca Harlow at halftime, he just wanted his team to compete, that they didn't think they competed in the first half.
That Buck sideline as the #1 overall seed in the NBA playoffs, answering the bell here in Game 3. And